As much as everybody would like Hugh Jackman to come back as Wolverine, I don't know that that's going to happen.
Yeah, that is true. Now, I got to ask you a question, too, because some people are asking me this on some of the different apps. Have you noticed that some of these people, actually, kind of get so involved when they go in this scare fest and all that stuff and dress up and role play that actually when they get home from work, they kind of role play 24/7. Have you ran into any people like that out of curiosity that are so engrossed in a character or a movie that they try to live it?
I don't think I've ever ran into anybody that's been that engrossed in the situation. I mean, at certain points, I think I've seen, there's people that wear the shirts. There's people that, wear the, like I do. I've got a ton of horror movie T-shirts in my closet, but that doesn't mean I'm going to go and walk around the lake in the middle of the night in a hockey mask. I mean, that's...
Oh, yeah. Well, it wouldn't be very safe to do that, would it?
No, not at all.
Yeah, the reason why I was also saying that too, I remember back up here, people like dressing and going to these medieval fairs and stuff like that. And at one point I actually, was contracted to photograph it for a local newspaper. And I got to know a couple of the people that would go to all the different, medieval fairs in the state and other states. But a couple of the people that pretty much, as soon as they got home from work, they dressed like they were living in the medieval, and that's pretty much, they role played it 24/7. And that's why I was kind of asking too about, in horror movies and stuff, if people get so engrossed into it that they kind of slip out of reality a little bit.
I mean, it's like I said, I've never ran into anybody like that personally. There may be people out there like that. I mean, it's just something I've never personally encountered.
Okay. Now, are you like Boyd, that you collect masks and all this type of stuff too, or are you just pretty much into the trivia of the movies?
Oh, wow. I collect quite a bit of horror movie memorabilia. There's a action figure company called NECA. They actually make a whole lot of really good horror stuff. And I wish I had the ability to show you guys the collection I have. Because it's basically, it spans all the way from, Evil Dead to, all the way into modern times now with Friday the 13th. And there's just so many characters and things that I have from those movies.
Well, like what type of objects are they? Are they the small ones, or are they replicas of, in full size, or what?
I've got a bunch of the smaller 6-inch scale ones. A couple of the clothes ones. I've got 4th scale figures. I've got prop replicas. Like right now, I've got a box from the movie Hellraiser that's actually a prop replica, but the certificate of authenticity is autographed by the cast.
Oh, wow.
And I got to meet them at a scare fest a while back. And that's one of my favorite things I have, is that, because it brings back a whole bunch of good memories from that convention. Well, and plus, it's actually a prop from one of my favorite films.
Oh, yeah. That's one thing I noticed about when, Boyd used to sit there and do his little thing before, whatever, showing, his mask and all that stuff. And in his little room, he has this, like, Jason, I believe, or whatever it was, standing there full size.
Right.
I'll be honest with you. I couldn't go in that type of room at night with that figure standing there.
The only thing I have that would even harken to being like that would be my full-size Gremlin puppet replica from the movie Gremlins.
Okay. And how big is that?
And he's about 3 feet tall. He just kind of occupies the corner in my room with his 3D glasses on. I mean, he's, my cousins actually named him Bob. Is something satirical. So he's Bob the Gremlin.
Yeah. Well, that's what I noticed too. I actually ran across maybe about 6-7 months ago, because I do a show on the paranormal, And all of a sudden, some of my fans were into, the monster movies, the horror movies, the thrasher type movies. And they would send me pictures of this, the stuff they collect. And then I started noticing a lot of them, but I have full-size replicas of some of these thrasher, figures and stuff in, their living room or in their den or in their studio. And I'm going, oh, that not me. I have to say, I did get a skeleton. I have it on my studio door with one of a real scary, fake rubber mask on it. It keeps my wife out of the studio anyway.
Right. But, I've got a few masks. I definitely don't have as many as Boyd. I've got the mask. Have you seen the movie Donnie Darko?
No, I have not.
It's Frank the Bunny. If you ever get a chance, watch this movie. He's definitely not a friendly looking bunny. I'll go ahead and tell you that much. And I've got a few hockey masks that are really nice. I've got a Leatherface mask, and of course, the picture I sent had the Freddy glove.
Oh wow!
Which the picture I sent with the Freddy glove that I sent you has the blades on it are all metal. The entire construction of the glove is metal. It was actually made by a company that comes to Scarefest quite a bit. It's actually another one of my favorite pieces I have in my collection.
Well, that's one thing I'm going to say to the people out there. I learned my lesson. I didn't listen to Boyd the first time I had him on my show. He's been on it like 2 or 3 times. And, I decided, because I got my studio. And again, I kind of, I just didn't want to make it look like a studio. I got a couple skeleton heads. I got, a couple rubber masks. But I made a big mistake. I went on eBay at the start and dropped, some money. And all of a sudden I started getting these masks coming in. And I looked at them and, I'll be honest with you, I probably bought like maybe 12, 13 masks. And out of the 12, 13 masks, I have 2 that I really think look scary and awesome. The other ones just look like, I hate to use the word crap, but you got to be really careful when you buy some of this stuff, because you can be buying some stuff that's made in China and it's really, really bad. I mean, really bad.
Right. A lot of that stuff you're going to get from things like the Wish app, things like that come from China. And you have to be really careful with it because it definitely does not match the picture. A lot of reviews they'll put under it on Wish will show you what the product actually looks like. And it's so far from what they've had pictured.
Well, I'm sitting here looking at Freddy right now. Okay. And to me, it doesn't look like Freddy. Now, when I dropped I think $40-50 buying it, the picture on eBay, it looked like Freddy. I was so excited when I got it, right? And it came in the package. I open it up and I look at it and I go, what is this? And I'll tell you what it was. It was a bad investment because, a couple of them, I actually gave away to my grandkids and a couple of my kids for their kids for Halloween because, and some of them were like $50-60. But I mean, they were so badly, again, I'll be honest with you, misrepresentative what they were, and they were made in China. Some of the good ones, I actually hate to say it, were made in either United States or a couple of them were made in Mexico, and they really are really scary and look like what the picture looks like.
Right. I think the only one that I'd ever gotten from an app like that looked really good was that Frank the Bunny mask. The other couple that I'd gotten from the Wish app looked nothing like what was pictured.
Yeah. Well, one thing, they got your money, though, didn't they?
Oh, yeah, they most definitely did.
Yeah. I never bought anything off of Wish. My one son is so absorbed with it. I mean, he's always buying packages. They're coming like a couple times a month, and I'll be honest with you. I mean, there was a couple times the stuff didn't either work or it wasn't what it, was supposed to be, but he got a hold of him and they credited his money back right away. But I surely, some of the stuff was just pure garbage. But again, I thought some of the companies on eBay that have been advertising for a long time and had a decent feedback, I thought, okay, that, I'm going back to like this Freddy. Okay. Their picture, it looks so much like Freddy. It was, just, and I got it I don't think I could ever make it look like Freddy. Maybe Freddy's a long lost cousin.
Right, and there are some of those that are just unsalvageable, but people need to be careful with that because they will definitely get your money.
Oh yeah, yeah, and then some of them, I hate to say it, people, if you're going to get into that stuff, I would find other sources rather than eBay, even maybe Amazon, but I think you'd have better recourse with Amazon. But again, some of the stuff I bought, it made it imply like it was coming from Arizona or coming from California or someplace like that. And then all of a sudden it took a month to get here and it came from China.
Right. There's actually a couple of really good mask makers if you're looking for like original scary. Like I had ordered a Krampus mask from Inferno Effects, and it's actually pretty fantastic. I'm actually waiting on it to come in now. But it's even got the Santa Claus jacket like hood that goes over the horns.
Oh wow. Now, what should a person, if they're trying to find a good quality mask, I mean, what's it going to cost for somebody? I mean, to buy one? I come to the conclusion for $30-$40 you ain't going to get nothing.
Right. I mean, it just sort of depends. I mean, if you're looking for good quality work, I mean, you're looking to drop anywhere from probably $70 to $100. I mean, a lot of these masks don't come cheap, but you get what you pay for with some of them too, and it's one of those situations where I would actually like to see the product in person before I buy it for the most part, or see maybe a prototype of the product before I actually buy it.
Well, I will say this, and then we're going to change the subject. One mask I bought was an alien mask, and I think I bought that again on eBay, and I dropped like $50-$60 for it. Again, it showed it really scary. I get it out of the package, and as soon as I open up the plastic that was sealed in, my eyes started burning. So I figured I would air it out, for a few days. No. And so you know where it went? It went into the garbage can.
It's some of those that may have been sprayed with some sort of paint that had maybe a lead-based chemical in it or something. It just kind of depends where they manufacture it and what they manufacture it with and the latex it's made of. Because, again, some of the stuff, like I had gotten I would like to say it was the mask from the movie Alien. Like, the long-headed xenomorph mask thing. I think I got it, and when I got it out of the package where it had been laying in the package so long, there was a crease right down the middle of it. But the latex and paint smell from it just did not go away.
Yeah. And what did the mask end up going away, or did you keep it?
The mask actually ended up staying outside in the storage building for quite a while. And then when we finally got it out of the storage building, the smell was still there.
Yeah.
Maybe it stayed out there 6 weeks, and the smell was still there.
Maybe it was the latex they used. That's what I came to a conclusion with the one I had.
Right, and it's a good possibility there. So, yeah, that mask definitely did go in the trash because there was no way you could wear that for any period of time and not get sick.
Now, Scare Fest, how big an audience did they draw?
Oh, wow. It just keeps getting bigger every year. And, it's not even just because I work there now. It's just because I've seen so many years in attending how the genre and the whole convention just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. I mean, it's actually probably one of the better horror conventions in the United States. And it just keeps showing how good it can get every year. Like this year, I mean, not tooting the horn for the convention or anything, but they ended up getting Bruce Campbell.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and they also got David Howard Thornton, the gentleman I was talking about that played Art the Clown from Terrifier. And that's just tipping the iceberg. They haven't even made